Hello, Rosedale staff. My name is Michael Zoller, and I wanted to go over a website that you can use to help you with your distance learning called Edpuzzle. And so this website here, Edpuzzle, is a website that you can have students watch videos that either you have found or that you have created yourself. And it allows students to watch your videos, but also allows you to check their understanding by embedding or putting questions in it and getting feedback. So if you have been making your own videos, or you have found other educators or other videos online you've been having your students watch at home during this time period, this is a great website that you can use to help you out with that. So I wanted to go ahead and show you how do you log in. So if this is your first time, you're going to go to sign up in the top right hand corner. You're going to select I'm a teacher, and then all you have to use is your sign in with Google account. And then you will select your Google account from the list here, and it will bring you into Edpuzzle. Once you're in Edpuzzle, now you have the option of adding a class. So over here on the left side, you can see I have my class periods already entered. So to add a new class, you select Add a New Class. And if you have Google Classroom set up, which I think most of us do at this point, you can add your students that way, which is definitely the easiest way of doing it. So you can select Google Classroom, and then it will bring up your list of classes that you have. So I'm going to select my summer test class here, and then import classes. And now I have this class ready to go. So I have my class set up. I can now take a look at my students that I have in here. So I have my daughter entered into my class at this time. And now I need to add a video. And so in order to do that, I'm going to go up to the top right hand corner and select Content. And at this page is where I can either look for videos or I can add my own. You have a search bar up here, so you can select which content you want to search for. You have different channels down below. So Edpuzzle, if you select here, you can see other videos that other instructors have created and that they've added their own questions, and you can use those or edit those. You can search through YouTube, Khan Academy, National Geographic, and others that are listed down below here. If you ended up creating your very own content, you can click on the My Content button, go to over here and click Add Content, and this is where you can upload a video. So if you've made your own videos and you want to upload them here, that's how you can do that. So once I have figured out what I want to search for, so let's say I'm going to have a video on fractions. So I'm going to search fractions, and you can select filter here by subjects if you wish. And then let's say I wanted to use this video right here. So if I click on it, I can preview it, and then I can either edit the video, make a copy of it, or assign it. So let's pretend that we watched this video. This is something we want to use. If I liked the questions that were in there and I didn't want to change anything, I could go ahead and click Assign, and then I could assign this to any of my classes that I wanted to. And then I have the option of selecting when do I want this assignment to go out, when should it be due, and then I can turn on the option where students are not allowed to skip the questions. Do I want to have closed captioning available? And do I want this to automatically post to Google Classroom? So those are some options that you have. So let's say you found a video on YouTube, like this one for instance, and you wanted to add your own questions. All you need to do is click the Edit button here. And you'll notice that anything you do will be saved automatically. Edpuzzle has a few options that you can use. So first you can cut the video. So you can select down here, when do you want the video to start? When do you want it to end? And the ending point here.
So this video, I want to...
You have the option of a voiceover. So if you wanted to have replace the entire audio of the video with your own, you can do that. And then the most important one is definitely adding in questions. So you can select which point of the video you want to add a question, and you can either add a multiple choice question where you would type in your question here. If you're doing math, you can click the Insert Equation button here. and use that. And then you can type in your multiple choice answers down below, and then just click a green check mark for which ones are correct. And there's some tips down below to help you out. And you can add more answer choices here. You also, just to let you know, if you do create a multiple choice question, they will be graded automatically after a student watches the video, and it will tell them automatically if they got it right or wrong. If you choose an open-ended question, you can type your open-ended question here, and later on when you grade your students' videos, you can go in and see how well they did on those. And you can add feedback as well, so something that will pop up on their screen after they're done answering it. And then you also have the option of adding a note. So this is where the video will pause and you can type in something there that you want the kids to know. Or you also have the option of recording your voice and adding an audio note into the video. So maybe there's something you want the students to do or something you want them to focus on when watching in the video. And that way, if you're choosing especially a video that another instructor has created, this allows your students to hear you and connect with you and know exactly what your expectations are. So sometimes it's a good idea to create an audio note at the beginning of the video to give students instructions on what you want them to do with that. And then once you're done adding your videos in,
so following your steps,
your questions in, then will click finish. And then you can, it will save it and it'll be in your content now. So if I go to my content right here, click on my content, you can see here is the first video that I found from Edpuzzle that already had the questions, and here's the ones that we were just working on. And then just to assign, once again, a video, you go to the Assign button, select which classes you want, and you can do the due dates and things like that right there. So as you can see with this class period right here, I wanted to go over grading. So I have a couple of videos that will be assigned this coming week for distance learning for my 8th graders. And here are some previous videos through the year as students have completed them. So let's say you wanted to grade those videos. It will tell you over here if there are new answers. That means if students have answered those. And you can click on that and you click the Answers to Grade button here. And then these are short answer questions. And so I can see the answer that the student put in here, and I can select either to give them 100%, so I click in the check mark, 0, or I can type in, like maybe I thought they got like 70% of it right. I can add a 70 in there. And then you also have the option of typing in a comment and sending that to the student, so giving them some feedback from those videos. But this is a great way where, so let's say I go back to this video here, I can see overall how well my students did on answering the questions in this video, which you can see they all did pretty well. I can even go through and select questions, and I can see overall how did the class do on each of those questions. So that will also pinpoint for you which areas that the students struggled with and others that they did not. So just to give you some feedback as their teacher. The final thing I wanted to leave with you about this website, it is free. I've been using it with my students for several years now. When the students log in, just to show you what that looks like, so let me log out here. They're going to click Login, and you'll do this after you've already added your classes into Google Classroom. And then they're going to select I'm a student, and then they'll click Sign in with Google. They will select their student Google account, and then it should have their classes up here in the left corner. So this is where your classes should show up. And this is a website that you can use next year once we return back to our classroom. So if you've created some of your own videos or found some from other instructors, if you want, you could even flip one of your lessons that you do. So you could assign your class a video to watch at home. I'd recommend that you have them watch a couple in class for maybe 1 week, have them watch videos with you, so you can go over step by step for your students next year how to get on the website, how to watch the videos, how you want them to answer the questions. And then maybe a second week, you have them do it on their own in your class on their Chromebooks. And then maybe the third week, you could have them watch a video at home. So I would recommend for next year, if you wanted to continue using this website, just start with some unit or some lesson that you want to flip, where you can have your students watch your instruction that you created or another instructor's instruction that you found that you thought would be beneficial. Have them watch it at home. And then when they come back to class, you can dive in and do some hands-on learning, project, something else about the content that you delivered in your video. Because the great thing about the video is students can go at their own pace, they can pause it, they can rewind it, and they also get that instant feedback on how they did on their answers. And so I feel this is a great tool. Hopefully it'll be helpful to many of you, and that you can use this with your students to help them with their learning, and especially as we are stuck here at home and we wish we were back in our classrooms. I especially do, and I'm sure many of you as well. So thank you very much, and if you have any questions, I'll put my email in here, and have a great day. Bye-bye.